Hello, my name is Kelly Martin, and today I'll be talking about Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary. For my first slide, I will briefly define what a marine sanctuary is. A national marine sanctuary is a zone within the United States where the marine environment enjoys special protection. The program was established in 1972 by the Marine Protection Research and Sanctuary Act. And marine sanctuary system was established by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, abbreviated by NOAA, to protect significant areas of the marine environment in the United States. Technically, these systems or organizations were established for the purpose of marine environment protection, plus the aquatic animals at the place, for the sake of the coming generations. For the next slide, I will talk about the other forms of marine protected areas. There is a various number, but I have only highlighted two, which are marine parks and marine reserves. For marine parks, these are generally designed for conservation and recreational purposes, managed at national or local level to ensure public access and enjoyment while protecting national resources. Technically, these are, established for the purpose of the whole community use, like anyone can have access to them, but they just have to be careful and maintain the policies and regulations in order to preserve their resources for the coming generation. And for marine reserves, these are strictly regulated areas where most human activities, especially extractive ones, are prohibited to protect biodiversity and ecosystems such as mining and oil extraction. What do I mean by extractive activities? These are activities, such as mining for oil or any type of extraction around those areas. They are restricted for the purpose of not disturbing the biodiversity at the location or at the area of observation. Then for the next slide, I will briefly define what the Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary is. The Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary protects a nationally significant collection of nearly 100 historic shipwrecks in Lake Huron off the Michigan coast, through, of course, research, education, and community involvement. The sanctuary works to ensure future generations can enjoy these underwater resources. This technically means that this marine sanctuary was established for the one purpose of preserving the shipwrecks which took place over years ago, that could have been over 1,000 years ago, and the water there has qualities that preserve the artifacts, so people from all around the world can come and see, and the shipwrecks are still present due to the policies and regulations which are made for the purpose of protecting those historic artifacts. And I'll give a brief history about the Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary. Well, it was discovered as a national marine sanctuary in 2000. It became the 13th overall and first in the Great Lakes. Originally, boundaries followed that of Alpena Counter to 83 degrees west longitude, totaling 448 square miles, which is approximately 1,060 kilometers square. In 2014, it was expanded to 4,300 square miles, which is approximately 11,000 kilometers squares. The marine sanctuary contains many shipwrecks, such as the hull of a package freighter. Well, technically, this place is mostly recognized by the presence of the shipwrecks. It's very fascinating that some have been there for decades and centuries but still stand, which I would say it's. I also acknowledge the hard work of the organization, for making the policies, for the sake of retaining the shipwrecks. And as we can still see today, they're still fresh and they don't look an age old. For the next slide, I will talk about the interesting facts about Thunder Bay. Well, a treasure trove of shipwrecks just to the north of Oscoda in Thunder Bay, located near the stretch of water that is considered one of the most treacherous in the Great Lakes, because it is prone to thick fog banks, unpredictable weather, rocky shoal, and strong sudden gales. It has claimed over 200 vessels, known as Shipwreck Alley. Nearly 100 shipwrecks have been discovered there. Well, as you can see in this lake, it appears to have um, very dangerous characteristics. As I mentioned before, there's thick fog banks, so technically it can be a bit difficult for sailors or whoever is passing by, which can result into shipwrecks, sizing of different vehicles. So it is a great place to go and learn history and know the shipwrecks that are there, but also appears to be a very dangerous place for any sailors or anyone who wants to pass there with a water vehicle. They should be extremely precautious because of its dangerous characteristics. For the next slide, I will talk about protecting and studying underwater culture heritage, which I could say is also acknowledged as one of the significance of the Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary. Well, Lake Huron's cold fresh water ensures that Thunder Bay's shipwrecks are among the best preserved in the world. The sanctuary conducts research and monitoring activities to understand better and protect maritime heritage resources. The knowledge gained through research informs the management practices and provide public information. The sanctuary also assists in research aimed at better understanding Great Lakes natural resources, from real-time weather observation and artificial reefs to observing the complex microenvironment of submerged sinkhole and sanctuary support a variety of science partners. Well, this basically means that this Lake Huron is quite among the interesting lakes in the world because I believe it has the suitable pH and salinity levels that can preserve shipwrecks, unlike some extremely salty lakes. After a shipwreck has been there for, like, let's say 1 year, we can see the next year it's completely decomposed. And also to this Thunder Bay Marine Sanctuary, there is a lot of research going on, so the management group technically gains new knowledge and information, and they happily provide it to the people around so they can know what's happening in the water or anything, just to keep them updated about the lake and the shipwrecks there. The next slide, I'll talk about recreational opportunities as highlighting among the significance of the Thunder Bay Marine Sanctuary. They offer snorkeling due to shallow water wrecks, which are accessible without the use of scuba equipment. Plus, this motivates people who are scared to dive deep. Not everyone is comfortable swimming in deep water, so some people are more advantaged due to the fact that they can only, survey in the shallow waters. For the next point is kayaking and canoeing. This offers a closer look at shallow wreck, which increases comfortability for people with, water phobia, as I mentioned before. And for my last point, I would point out fishing and wildlife viewing. The water around the sanctuary is rich in fish species, making it a popular stop for fishing. Yeah, so since it's a lake, obviously there is protection. They protect the lake. There is a wide variety of species there. About the environmental significance of the Thunder Bay Marine Sanctuary. Well, for my first point, I will highlight biodiversity. The sanctuary provides a habitat for a diverse range of aquatic species, meaning that there is a rise of new species because the area is well preserved and protected by the management group. And for the second point is protection, meaning that it protects important underwater habitats such as reefs, sandbanks, and submerged forests. Again, that goes back to the point of the policies and regulations that are made for the purpose of preserving the area. Then for my last point, I will talk about water quality. The efforts to monitor the quality within the sanctuary helps maintain the water quality and ensure clean and healthy environments. This is also shown because, this is also highlighted due to the fact that the management group tends to go underwater and do a little bit of research and see whatever is going down there. If there's anything that is emerging and it's unwanted, they get rid of it in order to, to maintain the clean water and proper pH for the aquatic organisms living there. And my final tips and takeaway are that it is very important for us to care of the marine system for preserving cultural heritage, but also by doing so, it helps the country grow economically because this is also acknowledged as among of the touristic attractions, meaning that people from all around the world they come in and they want to see. I want to see this shipwreck. I heard it happen here in like Iran. I want to learn more about it. So it acts as a source of income for a country, and in exchange, the country, keeps on developing step by step. And that's it. Thank you for listening. I hope you understood this presentation.